Hello and welcome to the Creative Woman Cafe, a place where your creativity flows. So I thought I'd show you this painting so we could talk about factors that affect an artist's style. And I think that this would apply to dancers and musicians and any kind of artist. So with this painting, as you can see, it has two totally different styles. This one is much more realistic, and this one's much more graphic, and I've played with and shifted the colors a bit. So this is actually the half that I did first, and then I went away for a week and a bit and came back and did this half yesterday. So I want to just talk about some of the reasons I think that this can happen. Now one, and I don't remember what kind of mood I was in this day, but one thing that can affect an artist's style is the mood that they're in, either on a daily basis or more over a longer period of time, and their mindset as well. But with this painting, for me, I am wondering if when I did this one here, I was more mindful, because I actually took the time to think about what I was doing in this painting. And this painting is actually a depiction of a meditation that was given to me. And so I didn't really want it to be realistic, because you can see I'm surrounded by fire and, that kind of thing. So it's not something I wanted to look realistic. So I shifted the colors and I did it much more graphically. But then when I got back from my trip, I just went into my painting class and didn't really think about what I was doing in this painting. And I saw a horse. And when I was younger, I used to paint horses. And against my better judgment, I'll show you one. This is a painting I did when I was a teenager, and it's of a horse named Charlie. But as you can see, it's very brown. I didn't experiment at all with color. I just used the color that he actually was. So I'm wondering if I kind of tapped into that knowledge that somewhere in my unconscious I knew I had, and just didn't even think about what I was doing here. I just mixed up the Sue's colors and away I went, and before I knew it, I had this very realistic horse, and then realized I had a problem. So that's another reason that I think an artist's style can be affected. Now the other thing that in this is definitely a factor as well is the paints I use come in two kinds. The open ones stay wet much longer, so you can still manipulate them around, and it's much easier to blend. And as you can see with the horse, it is more blended, whereas this is much more graphic. And that's partly just because this paint allowed me to do that. As I would put another layer of paint on, it kind of blended with the one underneath. So it just naturally happened. It wasn't something I was really working towards. Whereas this one, it dries quickly, and so I got more of this. And as it turns out, I just have a random mix of colors in one or the other. So the colors that I used on Sue, they just happen to be open colors that stay wet longer. And the ones I used on my face just happen to be ones that dry much faster. So that's something I'm going to have to pay a lot more attention to, obviously. So I just wanted to show you this because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to resolve it. But I just wanted to bring up that there are a number of factors that affect an artist's style. And I'd love to hear if you've had any similar experiences or what you think affects your style. So join us in the Creative Woman Cafe, where we explore the holy grail of creativity and learn to direct our creative flow more productively.